Parks and People works to unite Baltimore through parks, connecting every person to nature, their community, and each other through a network of beautiful, vibrant green spaces.
Parks add a tremendous value to the overall city. You look around at all the great developments, both old and new in the city. They're all centered around really great green spaces.
Parks are often the fastest way to change the quality of life for neighborhoods in Baltimore and in any city. By reinventing, reimagining, and investing in healthy green open space, we can create a place where the entire community can gather, and also a point of pride that makes people feel like they deserve the best.
I think if we give people a world-class park system and really invest in these disinvested neighborhoods, people begin to turn the wheels and say, well, what else can we have?
Parks and People works with communities to transform neglected spaces into parks that improve quality of life and attract investment. Parks and People also provides grants and guidance for students to revitalize vacant lots, extending the network of green space that brings neighborhoods together.
For the last 10 years, I've been looking out of my back window and basically seeing a concrete pad full of rats, trash, and other things I don't even want to speak about. And then one day, about a year or so ago, I looked out of my back window and I saw this gentleman, Steve Preston from Parks and People. Told him about some of the things that I wanted to do in the community, and he shared the vision that Parks and People had for our community. From that moment on, he became our brother from another neighborhood. And so while we adopted the lots, Parks and People adopted us.
I see trash and debris on my street and it sits there for 2 weeks, so figured out that I had to do it on my own, and I couldn't do it on my own, so we had to engage the community.
Last year alone, Parks and People created 15 new green spaces in underserved communities, awarded $101,000 in grants and tools to community groups to transform vacant lots, engaged nearly 3,000 residents in greening projects.
How do you get people to reinvest in these neighborhoods? How do you revive this neighborhood? It starts with one thing. It starts with almost like a ripple in the water. Unless we engage youth in green spaces, we don't have a chance.
For a park to transform a neighborhood, it must be buzzing with life. Parks and People's after-school and summer programs get kids into parks, teaching them to love nature and inspiring them to care for green spaces right in their community.
The Branches program is one where we offer high school students the opportunity to come to Parks and People to have employment and learn job skills, but also to engage in a curriculum that teaches all about farming, urban ecology, biology, and the cycles of life in the world around us.
We maintenance gardens, so basically we go to people's gardens around the city, pick out the weeds, put new stuff down, mulch, build pathways, and basically we just try to make Baltimore greener.
In the last year, Parks and People has introduced 60 Baltimore City high school students to green careers, kept the city's parks active with 1,300 middle schoolers playing in after-school sports leagues, taught 3,000 kids how to care for natural resources.
If you love the environment and want to try to make the environment better, I would recommend Parks and People and Branches so that we as a family can work together to try to make our world a better place and a better life for the next generation after us.
Parks and People's new home, 9 acres of restored parkland in Mundauman, is the living embodiment of its work. The LEED Platinum Campus offers open space for children to play and opportunities for people of all ages to learn skills needed to make Baltimore cleaner and greener.
We have 9 acres of property here, and we aim to make this one of the most exciting and friendly places for people in the neighborhoods and people all over the city to come and to learn here and to employ green job skills here.
I've watched kids who come to our campus and who I've worked with in the community who've never planted a tree, never touched a vegetable plant, never put up a fence or looked at honeybees. And so these kids are doing these things and they're opening their minds and being kids for the first times in their lives.
And a neighborhood comes alive, and then people come forward and make future investments. And ultimately, what that adds up to is community pride, and we all know we can't possibly put a number on that.
Parks and People, uniting Baltimore, one park at a time.